Hi guys, today we're going to be doing a review on the Schrade Sch403S. This knife has an overall length of 7 3/4 inches. Blade length is 3.375 inches. Cutting edge is the same, 3.375 inches. Blade thickness is 0.09 inches. We have a blade steel of 9CR18 MOV, which is elementally close to 440C, but more equivalent to 440B. We have a drop point style blade. It's hollow ground. The finish is a bead blast. Edge type is combo. One thing to note, you can get this in either plain edge or combo edge. Handle length is 4.375 inches. Handle thickness is 0.47 inches. Handle material is carbon fiber, yes, real carbon fiber over G10. Handle color is black. Weight is 3.83 ounces. This is a right hand user knife, but you can't use it for left hand because it's ambidextrous thumb stud, but the way it is for the most part with the pocket clip. Pocket clip right hand tip down. Pocket clip is removable. I have not tried doing that though. Manual deployment, opener is thumb studs, and we have a liner lock. One thing that I like about this knife is that you get carbon fiber for a knife under $30. Normally when you see these carbon fiber knives, you see something for that price, like let's say the Buck Nobleman or something like that, it's going to be like screen printed on it, like it's a printed on like graphic sort of to look like carbon fiber. Well, this one you actually do get carbon fiber. It's over G10 and it's on both sides of it. So on the show side and on the inside right here, there is carbon fiber. It just sandwiches G10, and I think that's pretty cool that you get carbon fiber. Now, the way I see this knife, that it's gonna be like a gentleman's knife. It's gonna be like something that you take out if you're going out on a, I don't know, say you're going out on a nice date with your wife or someone, or you're going out to a nice event. It's gonna be like a dress knife. So you're not gonna take your, I don't know, you're not gonna take your Cold Steel Recon 1 or your Raja 2 to church or something like that, but you might take this one because the carbon fiber looks nice and it looks a little bit more classy rather than if you whip out one of those knives like the Recon 1. Yeah. So pretty much people always complain about bead blasting because you're exposing a lot of steel and it gives way to corrosion. And even though this has 18% chromium, it's a stainless steel, we're still getting surface rust in like when I'm leaving in the shower, like in the bathroom when I'm taking a shower and all that moisture gets on it, or when it's in my waistband. It's still getting surface rust. When I first got it, got a lot of it. Now not really so much. Like a layer oxidation like sort of like went over it. It's not as prone to getting rust as it was like right when I first started using it. It's a more little darker gray than when I first got it. But when I first couple times I took it and I took it in the bathroom with me when I took a shower, this whole area right here was all red, had like little micro spots of rust starting to form. But after just using it, it came right off. The only real places that you could still see it is like right there in this area. And pretty much I'm not really wiping that part off when I use it. When I'm cutting meat, I'll just like rinse it off. The whole portion is like right here, like that's contacting meat. This part gets clean, but I'll just rinse it up to here anyways. Just get all the soap off. And I'll wipe everything off except for like this area. And still, there hasn't been any more rust growth right there aside from that one portion, and that all formed just from being in the shower. So in humid climates or like say salty air or like anywhere where you're on water, you are going to more than likely experience some sort of surface rust on that. And I mean, you could more than likely get that off with, say, like a Scotch-Brite pad or some like metal polish, if you so want to go that route. Again, a bead blast finish is not the best for corrosion resistance because it exposes a lot of that steel. Yeah. This knife is listed at an MSRP of $37.32. Now let's go over the price spectrum. Knife Center has this knife for $22.95. Amazon has this knife for $24.70, and Blade Ops has it for $28.99. Now you're looking at about mid-20s to buy this knife. I got mine for free because I sent my my other Schrade Sch403S that didn't even lock up, even though it was a locking knife, and they don't have any more of those in stock. So therefore, they gave me an option of between 5 knives, and I chose this one because I thought it looked pretty nice, and therefore, so that's how I got mine. But even if I would have seen it, I would have still got it. Nice size blade, and it's also got carbon fiber. Hey, I've been wanting a knife with carbon fiber, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice classy knife. And when I first got it, this portion up here that's not a mirror polish edge, it's shiny. The edge I point out it's shiny, like it's getting there, but I still needed like the strops, and I still needed like the other, like the blue, like the 2000 grit for the Lansky to almost get it there. But this portion right here, from the tip to right here, the tip was blunted when I first got it. Right here was dull, so literally I could go like that and just rub it on there. Yeah. So I sharpened it and got that taken care of, and after a little bit of sharpening, it would have took me a lot less longer sharpening if I just went through all the steps instead of just starting with the fine stone. But yeah. So I mean, it's not going to take you forever to sharpen. You could still get a nice edge on it. If your edge is rolled, once you got an edge on it, just give it a few passes on, like, say, a 1000 grit stone or your fine grit stone, and you're going to do just fine. It's going to take off that burr or that rolled edge. It's going to reform it, and then you're still going to be good to go. And that's what happened to me after I did that, like a few days later, I just seen that it was a little bit folded over, and I just did a few passes on it, and it knocked it back over. And after doing that little cut test demo a little bit ago, I'm seeing a little bit of a roll, like right here. So I'll just do that too. But yeah. Overall, I like the knife. For 30 bucks, you can't go wrong, or under 30 bucks, let me say. But I just sort of wish that there would be a tip-up option on this knife. I think it'd be so much better. You do get a lanyard hole. It's not that big. You could get like gutted paracord, but I don't think you'll be able to get. Yeah, you might be able to get ungutted paracord in there. But yeah. Thumb stud opener. Jimping works pretty good. If I had the option, I would go with the plain edge instead of the serrated edge. Yeah. The lock is not hard to disengage. It's very easy. In fact, from the factory, this knife with no lube or anything like that, very smooth. Doesn't have a gritty feeling for me. So you could flick it. You could do what's called a brownie pop, or you could even just, through inertia, you could just flick it out. Almost, but yeah. So I mean, I haven't felt any grit, or it hasn't been hard for me to open it. I feel comfortable with this knife, and I really like it. The only thing I got a knock on it is because it's carbon fiber, you're not gonna be able to do a lot of hard use with it. Because it is carbon fiber, there's no grip. It's extremely slick, so I would notice when I'm getting it after I get out of the shower, because of all that moisture on there, it's just slippery. So again, this is gonna be like a dress up knife, or like a special occasions knife. not something that you're gonna go use hard use. I mean, if you wear like business clothes, like let's say suit and tie and everything like that, and you work in that sort of environment, yeah, this would be an excellent EDC because you're not looking into that. You're not like getting into some hard use stuff. But like if you're working like say construction or something, you're gonna this would be like a good knife for the weekends or when you go to church or say you go out with the family and the family for dinner or something like that. This would be something if you want to get dressed up nice and have a nice looking knife. This would be something for you. But for work, I wouldn't recommend it because it could be slippery and more likely if you're either gonna lose your knife or you might get hurt by having losing grip on this knife. So that's one thing to look out for because it has no grip. You don't feel the G10 except for right here in the choil part, and even that is so smooth that it doesn't give you any grip. That's just something so you could have thicker scales. I noticed one little nick right here in the carbon fiber. You can sort of see it right there. But I'm not going to knock on that because, hey, one, I got this for free, and two, it's under $30. You're going to have some imperfections on these knives. So, yeah. Yeah. I love the blade style too. It looks really nice and it's really good for cutting meat and just doing general EDC tasks. And it's comfortable in the hand. Okay, pretty much I said everything I need to say. Multiple places you can find this knife under $30. You get real carbon fiber, and I think that's an awesome deal. I want to thank you for stopping by for the review. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comment box. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And thank you for stopping by. Have a good one.